Hello, my name is METİN Arıdaşır. This is 113th part of explanation of my theory. According to my theory and my formulas, Arıdaşır's Atom-Electron picture against the Niels Bohr-Based contemporary quantum theory. 1. There are two types of light sources in universes. A. Free electron motion forms. B. Proton-bound electron motion forms. p.Bound electron motion forms. 2. Free electron motion form is the source of successive waves, and it produces and propagates these waves intrinsically and spontaneously. 3. Free electron motion forms are active sources of the light, the temperature, and gravitation. No free electron motion form means no light, no temperature, no gravitation. 4. Proton-bound electron motion form, p.Bound electron motion form, cannot produce and propagate successive waves. When an electron motion form makes joint motion with the proton, before this snapshot, I hope you'll see. When an electron motion form here makes joint motion with the proton, this is proton, this is electron. What is joint motion? Electron motion forms axis and protons axis. These are axis joint motion, intertwined here. When an electron motion form makes joint motion with the proton, it remains its own first cycle and equal one at 1,884,000 km per second linear velocity and in its initial wavelength lambda, and here 91.155 nanometer. Here, joint motion. This is stable position of electron motion form and joint motion proton together, not disturbed by outer or inner effects. Yes, in balance. 5. Without excitation by free electron motion forms successive waves. Here, free electron motion form produce and propagate successive waves, and here second wave number is second successive wave of this free electron motion form when comes in, or from here because of direction, I'm sorry, when comes in like this, yes, same direction. Yes. Without excitation by free electron motion forms successive waves. p-bound electron motion forms not by striking. I'm so sorry. Without excitation by free electron motion forms successive waves, without this effective waves, p-bound electron motion forms cannot produce light, cannot produce the light. P-bound electron motion forms are passive light sources. 6. Only free electron motion forms successive waves can affect p-bound electron motion forms, not by striking, by the effect of their circular motions, linear velocities, at the rate of their squared wave numbers and square. Okay? This is stable, this is an atom, and intertwined, this is proton, this is single electron, like hydrogen. Okay, this is imbalance situation, not disturbed. But when free electron motion forms, say second successive wave, come in here, then at the rate of n squared, at the rate of n squared, okay, n equal to 2 squared 4, this successive wave makes this electron motion form enlarges, make this electron motion form enlarge at the rate of its wave number, squared number. Okay. Seven. Free electron motion forms successive waves make p-bound electron motion form inflate, enlarge, expand at the rate of their squared wave number and square. While doing this, free electron motion forms successive waves don't make p-bound electron motion forms linear velocity change. While enlarging or shrinking by the effect of successive waves of free electron motion form, whether it is enlarging or shrinking, its linear velocity doesn't change because it's always proton-bounded electron motion form is always it's n equal 1 cycle, first cycle. It doesn't produce and propagate successive waves because of only cycle number is 1, n equal to 1. Free electron motion forms successive waves make p-bound electron motion form inflate at the rate of their squared wave number. While doing this, free electron motion forms successive waves don't make p-bound electron motion forms linear velocity change. Whether the p-bound electron motion form expands or shrinks, its linear velocity remains the same, which is equal to 1,884,000 km per second and equal 1. 8. For example, if third successive wave of free electron motion form affects a p-bound electron motion form. P-bound electron motion form expands, enlarges, inflates to n square lambda n equal to 9 multiplied by lambda n. Here, point energy and point mass of the p-bound electron motion form drop inversely proportional to n square. Now, say second successive wave, okay, and this is mass, point mass, and this point energy, okay, decreases at the rate of inversely proportional to n square. Here, energy, point energy, is equal to E2, En is equal to, here we say E equal to E divided by n square, 4. This is E, this is E on 4, okay? E divided by 4 decreases at inversely proportional to n square. In same way, m decreases, here m, this is m divided by n square, m divided by 4, okay? Here. Yes. But if third successive wave, okay, affect, for example, if third successive wave of free electron motion form affects a p-bound electron motion form, p-bound electron motion form expands to n square lambda n, 9 lambda n. Here, point energy and point mass of the p-bound electron motion form drop inversely proportional to n square. E divided by 9, mass divided by 9. Enlarged waves, point energy and point mass. Quantity drops, decrease. When this successive wave and its effect vanish, p-bound electron motion form shrinks to its initial. When these successive waves vanish, effective successive wave vanish, enlarging this enlarged electron motion form shrinks. P-bound electron motion form shrinks to its initial, here initial, its initial original wavelength, lambda n, again. While shrinking, p-bounded electron motion form produces and pushes the single wave pulse. While shrinking, okay, this electron motion form push outward single wave pulse at the speed of light velocity, enlarging single wave pulse. Okay. Here. second page. When this successive wave and its effect vanish, p-bound electron motion form shrinks to its initial original lambda n again. While shrinking, let there be single wave pulse type of light. While shrinking, p-bounded electron motion form produces and pushes the single wave pulse. Okay. Here first page. Okay. This is second page. Yes. Nine. The wavelength of single wave pulse is the wavelength corresponding to difference between shrunk p-bound electron motion forms point energy and expanded p-bound electron motion forms energy. Yes. The wavelength of a single wave pulse is the wavelength corresponding to difference between shrunk p-bound electron motion forms point energy and expanded p-bound electron motion forms point energy. Okay. Yes. There are two types of lights in universes: successive waves of free electron motion form. When free electron motion form or observer relocate, make continuous spectrum. Yes. There are two types of lights in universes: successive waves of free electron motion form make continuous spectrum when free electron motion form or observer relocate. Whereas p-bounded electron motion form cannot do this. Atom-bound electron motion form cannot do this. Proton-bound electron motion forms only make line spectra, characteristic lines. 11. Proton-bound, atom-bound electron motion forms line spectrum only occurs by the effects vanishing of free electron motion forms successive waves. Different initial original wavelength size proton-bound electron motion forms respond to n-square wave number effects of successive waves with different size lines relate to their initial original wavelengths, different masses, different spectral lines, etc. Here, 12, it is important. Different characteristic lines, different atoms. Different initial original wavelength size proton-bound electron motion forms respond to n-square wave number effects of successive waves with different size lines relate to their initial original wavelengths. Proton-bound's original wavelengths. Different masses respond, different spectral lines, etc. Now, comparison. But before comparison, third page. Okay. Now comparison. 1. Arıdaşır's mind theory electron doesn't revolve around the proton or nucleus. Niels Bohr's theory says electron revolves around the nucleus. Contemporary quantum theory says dimensionless point particle electron placed around nucleus as probability waves. Here. 2. Arıdaşır's main theory, electron motion form, makes joint motion with protons' axes and their axes are intertwined. In this atom picture, electron motion form cycles itself. Now I will show you. Electron motion form makes joint motion with protons' axes and their axes are intertwined. In this atom picture, electron motion form cycles itself as a ring sphere. Its distance in all directions and from all its points to the proton is the same. And this distance or radius is electron motion form's wavelength. Therefore, whether it expands or shrinks, the p-bound electron motion form has a certain wavelength, okay? And a certain place, here, certain place, we know, or certain place, we know. And a certain linear velocity at the same time. Linear velocity, we know. Linear velocity, we know. Cycling. Yes. We can know all of these at the same time. Quantum theory says we cannot know